So hello, we're here in the majestic redwoods of Northern California, and I'm sitting here with Colt Briner and Brian Weller, who's joining me today to talk about their initiative, Rad Creative. Brian, you wanted to come back to talking about the mission for the Rad Creative. Can we go back to that?
Thank you. Absolutely. So, if vision is about really the ability to see into the future, which we always do, by the way, in the here and now, obviously, but it's really what we're doing is we're seeing in our minds what it is we want to create. Vision is about, visioning is about, and the mind is a virtual reality engine. That's really what it is. I mean, we're literally doing it within our own consciousness. Everything that we then manifest out into the world eventually, if we learn how to create it. But coming to mission, if vision is what we want to create, the mission is how we're going to make that happen. And just take a biblical example. Jesus was a visionary, right? And his speech, the Mount of Olives, that amazing speech he gave, was really his vision for humanity, underpinned by these values. He was really speaking to the world for all time. The Sermon on the Mount is a majestic, one of the greatest acts of vision of all time. Now, Paul was the missionary, right? And his job was to take that vision and basically institutionalize it. So they set up these missions, and in fact, here in California, all up the coast of California, we have, Santa Barbara, we have, Santa Cruz, we have Santa Rosa, we have all these places where missions were set up. Why? Because they were the places where the vision could be spread, could be articulated, could be institutionalized. And I think one of the most powerful things we can do with vision and mission, to understand this difference, is just to put the letters A-R-Y after the word vision. You get visionary. After mission, you get missionary. All right? So vision is really about what we want to create, is how we can see it, imagine it. Mission is about making it a reality, right? That's really about what? Getting that creation, and basically how we manifest it in time and space, how we bring resources, material, people, how we market it. I mean, that's been one of your master skill sets, I would say, isn't it? The last 20 years or so, is how to manifest creativity out into the world in business and society.
Yeah, spreading message, getting people to understand the differentiation of something, getting people to see the value propositions of something, but doing it in a way that they can connect with it. Putting personality into it has always been a central part of how I've approached messaging and spreading the word, right? So if there's a missionary aspect to it, it's getting an idea, a vision communicated to a group of people through a way that they can actually connect with and relate to, rather than simply, point by point, like telling the news or whatever it may be. You've done it by expressing personality. You've done it by using humor. You've done it by really bringing significant insight and different thinking into it, so that they really see that their mind is open up in a different way. That to me is how I've been effective at this idea of the missionary aspect of that.
What about? I'd like to hear your take, Colt, on the power of story.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, story is very powerful. If you have a concept that's been developed, and you could talk about the technology that's been developed behind it, whatever the things that it does, but if you've brought it to the level of purpose, right? Why did this person do this? Now I can lean in. If you look at so many of the things that are on Kickstarter, they've got a really cool suitcase, they got a cool jacket, they've got a cool, whatever it is, but each time they start with, well, here's why I created this, and here's why I was struggling with what exists, and here's why we really wanted to change this space. I mean, that's the thing that gets people to lean in. If you look at the successful Kickstarter campaigns, they are always the one with great story, right? So I've been looking at the ways that certain industries have approached communicating innovation, communicating the arrival of new companies, how they try to express, etc. The ones that are going from story, from purpose, are the ones that are really connecting with audience. So I've seen that again as another way to set really successful marketing apart from just sort of like getting the word out.
Right. Yeah, great.
Well, from Redwoods to Oahu, hopefully we will all be chatting very, very soon. So thank you guys so much for your time today. It's been a great honor. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Julie.